So today for Unit 5, Lesson 7, we are going to still be going through proofs, but now we are creating the proofs themselves. So yesterday it was like fill in the blank proofs. Today we are on our own. We are just going to try to figure this out and write our proofs ourselves. So I always like to start off with a 2-column table, and actually let me open this up so I can write on it. So I always start with a 2-column table. One column will be our statements. The other column will be our reasons or justifications. Sometimes you'll see me use one versus the other, reasons versus justifications. It does not matter which one you choose. That's okay. It's black. So we'll use statements and then justifications. So for number 1, our first statement is always going to be whatever our givens are. So here I see I have 2 givens. I have angle N is congruent to angle L, and JK is congruent to MK. That was given to us. So that's always our first statement in justification that we write. If it is not marked for you, mark it on your picture. Here it looks like it is marked for us. N and L are congruent, and then JK and MK are congruent as well. Now, our goal is to have 3 pieces of information marked on each triangle. So far, I have 2. I have an angle and I have a side. Over here, I have an angle and a side as well. What is that third piece of info that we can mark ourselves? Well, I know that we can mark anything about overlapping sides, and we can mark anything about vertical angles. So do we have either of those here? And yeah, we do. We have vertical angles right here. So for step 2, I'm going to write that those vertical angles are congruent. So vertical angle JKN is going to be congruent to vertical angle MKL. And why do we say those 2 are congruent? Well, they're congruent because of vertical angles. So I could just put vertical angles are congruent. Then for step 3, at that point, I have 3 pieces of information. Same thing here. I have 3 pieces of information. I have an angle, and a side. Same thing, I have an angle, and a side. So because I have 3 pieces of information, that 3 pieces of information mean I can say my triangles are congruent, which is my proof. And they were congruent because of AAS, angle, side. Next one, DE and BC bisect each other. So let's go ahead and write that. So we have statements, justifications. DE and BC bisect each other. That was given to us. Now, what does it mean to bisect each other? Well, it means they're cutting each other in half. So they're saying DE is cutting BC in half. So if I know BC is being cut in half, that means this section over here is going to be equal to that section over there. So let's go ahead and write that. So I'm going to say BG is congruent to CG. Then I can also say that, hey, this BC is cutting DE in half. So then this half equals that half as well. So DG is congruent to EG. And why did I know those are congruent? Well, because it was because it was bisecting. So I can say definition of bisector. That's how I knew. Now, it looks like I have 2 pieces of information. I have a side here, another side here, another side. I just need 1 more piece of information for each triangle. So then comes the question, do I have an overlapping side? Do I have a vertical angle I can use? What do we have here? I have a vertical angle. I have this vertical angle here and this vertical angle here. So let's go ahead and write out those vertical angles. I have BGD is going to be congruent to angle CGE. And they're congruent because of vertical angles. So angles are congruent. Now I have three pieces of information. I have a side, an angle, and a side. Same thing here. I have a side, an angle, and a side. So because I have three pieces of information, that's going to be my justification for these triangles being congruent. DGB is congruent to triangle EGC.